Hi, this is Davison, and today I wanted to share with you a tip about a great way to make extra money from licensing your music. And when I say extra, I'm referring to a revenue stream that really goes above and beyond the traditional outlets where music is typically licensed, like television shows, films, and advertising. What I'm referring to is something called quote-unquote new media. Did you know, for example, that you can license your music for use in other people's YouTube videos and other similar online projects and get paid for them? Well, you can. And you can actually generate pretty substantial part-time income doing so. Now, you're probably not going to get rich doing this particular form of licensing, but you can potentially make an extra several $1,000s a year through this form of licensing alone. So you're probably wondering how. Well, there are several different companies doing this sort of quote-unquote new media licensing, but today I'm going to tell you about just one, simply because I've had the most experience personally with this particular company. And the company I'm referring to is a company called Rumblefish. And I've had great luck licensing my lesser produced material through Rumblefish into new media outlets like YouTube. And I even had a song licensed into a Google project. I've made as much as $500 per quarter through these types of placements. And keep in mind, this is just one revenue stream of potentially many when it comes to licensing your music. But this is a great tip if you're not familiar with this form of licensing, and I think it's something you should know about. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to submit your music to Rumblefish and get your music placed into their catalog. Then I'm going to show you what your statements will look like once you start getting paid for your placements. And then finally, I'm going to play for you an example of one of the songs I've licensed quite a bit this way, so you can get an idea of the production quality necessary to do this. So let's get started. And the first thing you want to do is you want to go online. You want to go to the Rumblefish website. So if you go to rumblefish.com, Rumblefish all one word. Once you get to the Rumblefish homepage, if you look to the right, you'll see a button that says Contact. So you want to click on Contact. And then next, if you scroll down just a little ways and look over on the left-hand side, you'll see the words Submit Your Music here. Right below that, there's a button to the music licensing store. So you want to click on that. And then once this web page opens up, you'll see that there are three really simple steps. The first thing you need to do is you need to fill out what's called a submission one sheet. And then you need to send that in along with your commercial quality CD. And that's it. It's a really simple submission process. You just fill out the form, mail it into Rumblefish along with your music. And you'll see that there is an address on the bottom of the page here. They split everything with you on a 50-50 basis. Their contract is non-exclusive. There's a 1-year agreement, and you retain 100% of the rights to all of your music. So you fill out the submission one sheet, you send it into Rumblefish with your music, and then you wait to get accepted. And it usually, I think it took me a couple months or so to hear back from them, and I think a couple months is pretty typical. If your music is accepted, if you look over to step 2 here, they'll send you a link to where you can log in and manage your music online, and you can see when your music has been used. And then from that point, they'll start sending you checks. And again, 50% of all the licensing fees they generate on your behalf. So the next thing I wanted to do is I wanted to show you what a statement from Rumblefish looks like. So this is actually the only statement I could find on my hard drive. This one was for and these are paid out quarterly, and this one was for about $100. So if you look over here, it shows you the song title, where it was licensed to here, and then how many times it was licensed. This particular song was licensed 259 times, and that paid out $4.02. Not a lot, but these add up here. If you go down to this particular song, Smile was licensed 1,269 times. It was used a lot of times. That paid $77.73. So this whole quarter, I received $99.74. So about $100. Again, I've received as much as $500 recently, and this one was on the low side, but again, this was just the only statement that I could find for this video. Okay, now I'm going to play you a sample of one of the songs that I've licensed a lot in new media to give you a better idea of the production standard necessary for this form of licensing. This particular track was recorded in my home studio. Now I have a very basic setup. I record through an inbox into Pro Tools on my laptop with a Shure KSM 27 condenser microphone. That's it. No mixer, no additional preamp or effects processors. It's pretty bare bones, but I can still do very clean, basic recordings. Probably not quite good enough for TV and film placements. I usually outsource those recording projects to friends and colleagues of mine with nicer gear than I have. But my equipment works great for making really clean demos, which is essentially what this song I'm going to play for you is. This is a song called Smile, and I think I've made enough money now from this song alone to pay for all of my recording gear. So let's hear 30 seconds or so you can get an idea of what the production quality is like.
The world keeps spinning round and round. Where we're headed no one knows, but the sun above still shining down. So where today leads I will go, and if you're with me I will smile, but if you're not then I'll smile too, for the love inside will still be there, where it always is, deep down inside of you.
So there you go. I think it sounds pretty good. Again, probably not quite strong enough for TV and film placements, but it's sufficiently produced for most new media projects. Okay, so this concludes today's tutorial on new media licensing. I hope you found this video useful. If you haven't already, I encourage you to join my free newsletter where I give out even more free tips on how to make money by licensing your music. There's a form where you can join my free newsletter below, or just go to www.howtolicenseyourmusic.com and sign up there. Thanks a lot, and I'll talk to you soon.